make me cry when I'm trying to watch a fucking zombie movie, you son of a bitch. Fuck. It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Train to Busan movie review. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and over in Killer Flicks, the theme of the week is Asian horror. So I watched Train for Busan from 2016. It's a South Korean zombie film, and these motherfuckers know what the fuck they're doing. Let me tell you that right now. Hollywood, pay attention. Pay attention, okay? Because I don't know what the fuck you idiots spent on World War Z with your CGI bullshit. But now, not to say that there wasn't any CGI in this movie, but for the most part, I couldn't see it a lot of the times. Some of the times I was wondering, how the fuck did they film that? Did they really kill those people? What the fuck? That's some crazy shit. Now, there's a deer. Like, hold on. Should I start from the fucking beginning? So we're following this guy, right? And his daughter's kind of pissed off at him because she wants to go see her mother because her dad is always working. He's a broker or some shit. And I think he works for the company that's responsible for this outbreak too. I'm not absolutely sure. I was trying to read the best I could. But what I did pick up on was his daughter is fed up with his bullshit. She wants to go see her fucking mom. She's tired of him telling him every fucking time she says, I want to go see my mom. I'm like, well, we'll do it next week. And the next week never fucking comes. Okay? She's tired of that shit. So she demands, I'm getting on a train to Busan tomorrow with or without you. Even though she's only like 7 or 8. And god damn, this girl gave a fucking awesome... Everybody in this fucking movie gives excellent performances. Even the fucking guy that plays the fucking asshole that I wanted his head bashed in with a fire extinguisher. We'll talk about that motherfucker in a second. But anyway, so they get on the train, and as soon as they get on this train, something fishy's going on. You see at the top of the staircase, there's like a bunch of shit going on. And I'm probably not going to have many pictures pop up. This is going to be a real quick review, I hope. This is just my thoughts. I don't feel like going into... Maybe I'll show you a couple... I don't fucking know what I'm going to do. Don't worry about that. But anyway, so... Like I said, they see something on the platform. It looks like people are being attacked. And then, right as the train's pulling away, this guy's running up to the train. And then you see something pounce on him. And then the guy's letting the people on, and as soon as he turns his head, this lady stumbles onto the train, and she's been bitten and she's been infected. And that's how the infection spreads on the train. And you know, the beginning of this movie, the first hour of this movie, I felt like I had watched a whole movie, because it was like there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then it's like, oh, we're just going to keep going. Like, just when you thought it couldn't get any more fucking suspenseful and insane. And speaking of suspenseful, this has got some of the best use of suspenseful music I've ever heard in a movie. Like, the initial outbreak when... Because, like, this virus spreads super fast. Like, as soon as you die, you're back on your feet. Now, I noticed a couple of the injuries took a little bit longer than others for it to infect and take over the person completely. But I think it was depending upon where the bite was or whatever have you. So I'm not going to discredit it too much. And like I said, I'm sure you've heard me say this, and I might even said it earlier, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not all too keen on these fast-moving zombies. But the simple fact that this is most likely, from what I gathered, a biological weapon, yeah, I can see it kills these people and brings them back, and because it's not like they were eating their victims. You see, they were attacking them, and our primal instinct is to use all the weapons we have, and I'm sorry, but our teeth are weapons. I mean, just like an animal. I mean, these zombies are animalistic. They're ravenous. They're like rabid humans. It's kind of, I almost wonder if they're even dead, because it kind of reminds me of 28 Days Later and stuff like that. Except the other cool thing about this is these zombies are sensitive to light. Like when the lights go out, they can't see, even when it's not like completely pitch black. I guess light doesn't go. They're blind basically, but when the light's on, they can see. I thought that was cool. They react to sound as well. Like there's a lot of really cool scenes where they've got to get from one car to the other on this train, and they have to use stealth, and just watching this reminded me a lot of The Last of Us, how they had to throw a bottle to distract them or to get them over to one point of the room or the other. But anyway, so they get to this first train station, and they get off, and everybody thinks, oh, well, everything's gonna be fine. The military's here. Oh yeah, I don't want to overshoot. We meet this guy on the train while the main character's daughter, I can't remember anybody's name, but she had to go to the bathroom, and she's waiting to use the bathroom, and this guy tells her, go on to the next car, because his wife's pregnant in there, and who knows how long a pregnant lady's going to be in a bathroom, right? But anyway, he tells her to go on. Well, this guy, at first you're like, oh, what a fucking, he seems like a douchebag. And then the outbreak happens, and everything's going crazy, and she gets back to her dad, and her dad's getting ready to shut the door on these people, the guy and his pregnant wife. We'll call them Muscly Arms, and his pregnant wife. And at the last second, he ends up letting them back in, and then he talks about how he should beat his ass for, almost letting them die. And he tells them, I had to think about the safety for everybody else. I didn't know if you were infected or not or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. So later on, these guys, the dad and Muscly Arms keep having a back and forth. Like he keeps calling him an asshole, and the other one keeps calling him a jerk. And they had this back and forth, and I love it. I love just the character building for what few. I mean, because there's a lot of characters in this movie, but the few that get their character development, you really grow attached to them. Especially like there's a kid on a baseball team, and not really his girlfriend. But this girl has a crush on him, and she goes to sit by him on the train, and he says, "No, don't sit next to me. Go sit somewhere else." And everybody's making fun of him, saying, "Oh, just give in to her," and then starts talking about that they're destined to be together. And I thought it was sweet that they end up being the only two survivors of their group. Spoiler alert: a lot of people die in this movie. Same with a lot of zombie movies. But yeah, just the characters, because when something happens to these characters, certain things happen. Okay, I could go as far as to say certain people die, and I've never cried watching a fucking zombie movie. I don't even think I've ever cried watching a horror movie, with the exception of The Orphanage. But I was on shrooms. Oh, should I? No, I'm kidding. I've never. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. What the fuck? I don't want to ruin this movie, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it. But yeah, the fucking action is on point. The drama is on point. I mean, there's a couple comedic scenes that are on point. The directing, the editing, the way the zombies move. Like I said, plenty of times I don't like these fast-moving zombies, but the way they contorted their bodies, it was different. And then there's a scene where they realized that they didn't start attacking until they saw them, so they put the newspapers up. I don't know why they didn't use that further, but whatever. This was a very smart movie. A lot of the decisions that happen, they end up taping their wrists up so they don't get bit. A lot of smart decisions. This is seems like a very realistic situation, like if this situation ever happened, I think these people acted realistically. Because there's also a scene where they get back on the train after they leave the train station, and one of the between the two cars or whatever, there's several trains full of zombies, and they got to get through these trains to rescue the little girl and the pregnant lady. So the dad and Muscly Arms and the baseball kid, they fight through to get to these people and rescue them. But then when they get back to the other car with everybody else on it, they don't want to let them in, so they lock them out. And then when they finally get in, they tell them that they don't want them in there to get them out because they don't know if they're infected, all this bullshit, which is a bunch of bullshit, all perpetrated by this fucking piece of shit. I probably couldn't find his image, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. There's this fucking piece of shit, and apparently he's just trying to get home to his mom. But he keeps being on the phone with people talking about... I kept getting a feeling that he was behind part of this outbreak or something. I don't know. Maybe I got lost in translation. But this motherfucker is solely responsible for everyone's death in this movie after the initial outbreak. Once they're off the train and get back on the train, this motherfucker causes pretty much everyone's death, even his own. And that's the thing that pissed me off is, his death wasn't as satisfying to me. And I'm not going to tell you why. I don't want to spoil what happened. I spoil the fact that, yeah, the asshole, he gets it in the end. But it's not as satisfying as it could have been. You know what? Fuck it. Spoiler alert. All right? This motherfucker's throwing people out in front of him so that the zombies attack him. And he's using other people as shields. All right? Well, the train's running by itself. There's nobody on the fucking train. He's trying to catch the fucking train so he can get out of there. He throws the conductor out in front of him so that the zombies attack him. He falls and twists his ankle, ends up getting bit in the fucking process, and he goes in the conductor's thing. And then when the dad gets on the train and finds him, he's fucking slowly turning. Like he's just at the point where he can still talk and have brain functions. And that's not what I wanted to happen. I wanted somebody to just punch this motherfucker in the face until their knuckles were bleeding and he was just a pile of teeth. That's what I wanted to fucking happen. I wanted to see this motherfucker myrtleized. But yeah, this ending almost extremely pissed me off because I was already crying over some shit. And then like the very end, you're thinking the worst because it's like they done fucked me over on this character, they done fucked me over on this character, they done fucked me over on this character. Even though the 1-2 character, I'm not going to tell you which ones, they have a very beautiful death. It's hectic, but it's beautiful at the same time. If you've seen the movie, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If not, go watch this fucking movie, because we're going to rate this motherfucker, and I'm putting a number on it, and I'm giving it the motherfucking 10. Even though there's things that bother me about it, but hey, that's, a price you have to pay for good storytelling that doesn't fucking want to fucking spoon feed you the fucking happy ending that you wanted, okay? This movie doesn't give a fuck how you feel. It's, raw, unadulterated zombie action, zombie drama, and it doesn't give a fuck. It's very relentless in its execution, because I was pretty much on the edge of my seat the entire time. It took about 10-15 minutes to introduce us to our characters and get them on the train and get shit rolling. But once shit got rolling, it pretty much didn't stop rolling. And there was some crazy, crazy shit in this movie. So if you have not seen Train to Busan, it is free on Netflix. My only regret in life is waiting so long to watch this movie, because I know, as well as a lot of other people, that Asian horror is top-notch. It's top-notch. I can't even think of a bad Asian horror movie that I've seen. I've seen a lot of bad American remakes of Asian horror movies, like Shudder, One Missed Call, pretty much everything except for The Ring and possibly The Grudge is shit. But we'll talk about that someday, because one of these days I'm gonna compare the Asians and their they're masterful films compared to our fucking, oh, let's just try to make a quick cash grab. Anyway, I've been talking for fucking too long about this fucking movie. Yeah, ultimate praise. I almost wanted to give it one of Lee's golden unicorns, but I'm just gonna put the number on it. And you saw the number I gave, so we don't need to talk about it anymore. Anyway, I might try to watch another movie for Asian Week. I don't know. I've been real busy, and then this Thursday, we're starting Thursdays at the haunted house, so it's going to be Monday through Friday working landscaping, and then Thursday through Sunday chasing people with an axe. And it's not as fun as you might think it. I mean, it's fun, but it's like work. It's like real fucking work, and it's exhausting, and I'm too old for this shit. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah.
And the cracks begin to show.